So we're here with the Militello family, and we're talking about the parade tradition in their family that has stemmed generations. Lia once started it, and now Kathy, this is how many years for you participating in organizing a float or children to walk in the Sunday Fiesta parade?
Well, once I was probably around 14, I stopped being on the floats because I was older. I was the Blessed Mother, and I was also in the Rosary when I had my communion. And then when my boys got a little bit, probably around 3 or 4, my sisters and I would do floats. My older niece would be, the Blessed Mother would have someone as Jesus. The boys would all be angels.
Let's just back up 1 second. Explain to people, how did your family decide? What was your inspiration for the theme each year? Was it something that was happening currently in the church? Was it just something that was special, like a saint or a prayer or something that inspired? How do you decide what religious theme you're going to display on your float each year?
Well, we always had the Blessed Mother. We've always had Jesus' mother. She's always been on the floats. And we've had Joseph and Jesus and the apostles, but it's usually based upon the Blessed Mother. We've done that.
Okay.
With the angels.
Yeah.
We just always have.
Once I met St. Peter.
Oh, yeah, we
all
did.
the fishermen.
We did.
It was beautiful.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have pictures?
Yeah.
You'll have to send me some, and we'll share them on Good Morning Gloucester. That'd be wonderful.
I have boxes. I have so many. I got looking for.
Yeah.
Make it bigger.
That's a wonderful theme.
And as my boys got older, of course, they don't want to be in the parade, so we would walk with the figura di Trapidata, because my mother and father, Trapido, they were both born in Trapido, so they have the same. And so my mother would walk, my mother always walked with St. Peter. But we would walk, my boys would walk, and then Marissa would walk. And then last year, Marissa received her first Holy Communion. So I still had my rosary, and we actually still had the crucifix that I believe I used for my communion. The one that was...
No, you used it.
I used it.
If somebody else took a picture of it,
Yes,
you used it.
I used it, and then we've lent it to other people. And Marissa had a lot of her friends that received their first Holy Communion. So she held the crucifix, and we had all the children with their white communion outfits on.
I love when somebody organizes that each year, because these kids are dressed, and it's such a big part of our religion. That's a very special sacrament to receive, and we get them all dolled up, and they're in church for an hour. We have a party, and then so it's so nice to just bring them out into the public and let them see who's the new members of our church and walking. It's just wonderful.
And the children loved it, and they loved to be a part of the parade.
Was it fun, Marissa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. They really enjoyed it. And I feel, later on in life, maybe they may want to also do a float or the rosary for their children. They have great memories, and we can celebrate our religion as well.
Right.
And
that's what it's all about. You're passing the tradition down.
Absolutely.
This is 3 generations.
This year is one of my biggest floats, because a lot of children, their parents, have asked me if their children can be in the float. So this year we have 14 on this float.
See, 14 kids on one float. We need more people in our generation, Kathy, to step up to the plate. It's real. If people get in groups, I've done it with my Gumadis a couple of times. When my kids were younger, we walk with the oars now. We help with that on Sunday. But we really, to keep our parade, when we were younger, the parade, it was an hour long. Now they're short.
2 hours.
Yeah.
So sad.
And there were
20 floats.
Yeah.
See, nobody wants to do the work.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
And as much work as it is, isn't it fun?
I love it. I do it because I want to do it. I don't expect any of the parents to feel being obligated to do anything at all. I let them know, just bring the children down after Mass. I'll take care of everything, snacks, drinks, anything. They're in good hands. I just want the children to be able to
Have the memory that we had,
Absolutely.
right?
And I also, Marissa's rosary, I lent to a good friend of mine, Mary Jane. So she's going to have her daughter and other children. So now we have at least a rosary.
Now, Mary Jane Carollo,
Yes.
San Filippo Carollo, she's going to do the rosary because her daughter received communion this year, correct?
Exactly. So I lent down my rosary to her.
That's great.
So she can use it for her daughter and the other children that she'll have.
I hope both of you inspire other people our age to really step up to the plate and keep this tradition going, because I used to do it. I mean, I did it, and it is work, but when you get together, the memories that you build for your children, the memories that you build with your gamatis doing it, they last a lifetime, and the reward outpays,
Absolutely.
the work.
I hope this inspires other people.
I really do
to
too.
want to be involved. I want the fiesta not to just to be about the carnival or the greasy pole or the, I also want it to be the religion and the parade and the traditions. Because years ago I have wonderful memories of always being on floats and walking, no matter how many blisters I had. My mother had us walking the entire parade.
Once she was a blessed mother. And one of my comadre, she was from Naples. She was a designer. She used to sew in clothes. She made all the saints, all dressed beautiful. She was like the blessed mother, all the saints that were fallen.
I remember that. That
I didn't do
was
the
amazing.
float like
We
this,
walked.
but they were walking.
We walked the entire
Because
parade. Sometimes
those
you
days I
really
was
have them
busy.
walk.
She was young.
I did it.
I remember the year we did it too, and it was 100 degrees, and I remember them spraying us with the bottles and everything, but I wouldn't take those memories away. I mean, it was worth every moment of
I
it.
hope this inspires more people, because last year, unfortunately, it was just my rosary.
Yeah,
That
it was
the
very
only one.
small last year. We
No,
really,
there wasn't any floats at all. It was just our rosary and then just the saints. So this year, there's a few more, which that's wonderful. And hopefully next year, more people. I mean, I have 14 on my float, and I let the parents know when I had to say, I can't fit more. If they want to walk, that's wonderful. And maybe I try to inspire them. It is work, but it's a lot of fun, and you can get help. Anyone's willing, to help. I mean, I like doing my float. I like doing it a certain way, and yeah, so.
Leah, I'm sure when you were doing floats years ago, because there was so many in the parade. I mean, you almost forgot how many there were.
There
Like
was
you
so
forgot
many.
about
when
them.
I came from Italy in 1953, I would say the 54, I saw the Fiesta. It was unbelievable. The floats, unbelievable.
Back then, did women,
They used to
did
do
everybody help
beautiful
each other?
jobs.
Because I remember when I did my float with my Gamati Karen from the Lunquata family, we did it together. Again, our kids had made First Holy Communion, and we did it. And, they had a treasure chest filled with costumes
They used to
from
be
the years.
excellent.
It would be wonderful. Like back then, did people trade and share costumes from year to year to help each other out to make it easy? I mean, maybe if we get a collection of costumes together, it would inspire
I
people.
think some they do. Some they do.
Yeah.
They
I
need a
do.
dress with the
I
infant
do.
parade.
Yeah, I see this
Nothing
lace
that
skirt.
good that I put everything in a bag and I gave it away.
The lace skirt, I remember the Lunquatas had a beautiful one, and we used it. Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
the
she has a blue too,
Right now,
but
I
I
don't know
thought
if I give it away or
mine's more
I gotta look
rustic,
at-
so I didn't know about the blue.
Kathy, your float is beautiful. We're not showing all of Kathy's float because, when you put this much work into it, you really do want that wow factor when it passes in the parade. There's nothing better than, having the crowd hear that gasp and to see the children on the float. I mean, that's just the best part. That's why we need
It
more.
warms my heart.
Absolutely.
It really does. And next year I'd love to do another large float, or I'm thinking about a few other things.
Yeah.
I even told a friend of mine, I should do 2 floats next year.
It's contagious. So you get the bug. It's contagious.
no, it's a lot of work. But
I know it is.
I know. Well, I just want to thank you ladies really for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much.
It's wonderful. And Marissa, no pressure, honey, but this is your future. And someday I'll be interviewing you, hopefully,
Absolutely.
with your
Yeah,
float.
we do this for my father too. We do this for my
Absolutely.
father.
Your father was a
No, I
beautiful
remember.
man. He really was. Santo Militello, president of the Fiesta Committee for how many years?
it was was for a while, but then it was vice president, chairman.
He's been everything.
He's been everything, many years.
Yeah.
He's a Fiesta legend. Well, thank you.
He really enjoyed it.
Loved it. That was my father's life. He
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
He lit up when it was time for Fiesta with his wonderful white suit and
Fiesta Whites, that piece is coming up after we talk about the parade on Good Morning Gloucester. I'm doing a whole piece on Fiesta Whites. More to come on that. Thank you again, Militello family.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Awesome.